Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for the week of April 24th. We're just going to jump right in here, Scorpio, and see what is going on for you. In your current general energies, you have this home card, and it says invest in home business or make money from home. Get out of the rat race and become your own boss. So, what's really interesting is that for some of you, I feel like you already do this. For others, I feel like you maybe have... It's like you've tried to do this in the past, and, I feel like you kind of go back and forth. I hope that makes sense. I don't know. It's like a weird message that I get, that you've tried to have something from like home, or this might be very specific only for a few of you, but it's like you've tried to have a home-based business. You've tried to, you've tried to get something going, and it's kind of been a back and forth energy. I even think, intuitively I'm getting that the results have been mixed as well. It's like you have, this is always true in life, but, I think that you have good times, you have bad times, and, it's kind of like a very back and forth energy that I get from this first row. So if you've tried to work from home before, again, I think that maybe it's kind of like been back and forth, or it hasn't been exactly clear on whether or not what you do is going to be able to support you. Like, all these things are rushing around my head. And again, if you don't have anything home-based, or if you're retired, I do see here that some of you could be moving. You have the Chariot, Three of Wands here. So you could be moving, or you could just be making changes in the home. I'm a big fan of making changes in the home, like energetically, because, I've told the story before. I used to live in an apartment, and I couldn't sleep for like the longest time when I lived there. And then I moved my bed, and I literally slept like a baby for the rest of the time that I lived there. So, can I prove it? No, but sometimes I think moving things around like moves the energy around and changes things. So some of you, I do feel, could be doing that here. I am getting that intuitively. I feel like things are balancing out, but again, I get this, like, I can't describe it. It's like I get this wavy feeling. It's not even like back and forth like you would think you would get on Justice, like a scale. It's more like wavy. It's got more motion to it. And, I feel like that's how you feel. But what's interesting that's popping into my head? It's almost like you miss the waves. It's like if you find yourself starting a home-based business, let's say you get some success and then you have a failure or whatever, it's almost like you could be hitting things at the wrong point. That's what I'm seeing in my head. It's like you're not hitting things in the right tempo even, and this has nothing to do with music here, but it's almost like you've been out of whack, like up until this point, right? Up into this reading that we're doing right now. But what I would say is that there's something new coming in for you. Your timing could just be better right now, or you're just like in a better position to take some sort of leap of faith is kind of what I'm getting here, Scorpio. And I also feel like you've learned a lot, but you need to take the leap of faith. There are these ice-capped mountains behind the Fool, and those ice-capped mountains kind of represent the fact that he needs to take a leap of faith. He needs to get moving, and he's not making a move, but he needs to make a move. So, I kind of feel like it's time. You have the Seven of Wands here. Seven of Wands is a card of conviction. It's a card of knowing that you know that something will be successful for you. And if we go like this, you have Cancer, Chariot, and Three of Wands. I said Cancer because I'm pretty sure you showed up in Cancer's readings. If you're interested in a Cancer, I do feel like Cancer is interested in you, just so you know, based off of their reading. And you're probably interested in them. Did I say that? So again, I would say make a move, shoot your shot, because they had you being interested. You have them being interested. I would go for it. Wouldn't really call this a love reading, though. I feel that this is kind of like you taking the lead. But this is the interesting part. You go Chariot, Three of Wands. Chariot says where there's a will, there's a way. It's a card of willpower. It's a card of knowing that something's going to be successful, kind of like the Seven of Wands. Three of Wands is like, what are you waiting for? So it's almost like starting, pausing is like the energy that I get here. You really want to expand out into the world. I feel like you feel this energy. It's almost like you're a hermit crab. Let's put it that way. It's like, a hermit crab, when it gets ready to change its shell, it has to like leave its shell before it can climb into a new shell, right? Into a bigger shell. And it's almost like you're afraid. Maybe there's some birds flying around, some people that are like waiting to swoop down and, chew you up when you leave your shell or something like that. There's like a little bit of that fear that I get from the Three of Wands. I don't know, this reading's crazy already. I hope that makes sense, but it's almost like you just have to like jump. You just have to get into the new shell. I hope that makes sense. Probably not, but let's see. With the Justice card, you have the Seven of Cups here. Seven of Cups is a card of being spoiled for choice. I do feel like you have a lot of options right now. And I feel like you need to focus. There are normally like good things and bad things in the cups on the 7 of Cups. And it's like you just have to, I feel like you just have to pick a cup. You just have to like pick something and make it happen, and it will happen. With the Fool card, you have the 8 of Swords, a little bit of stuck energy. It's funny that I talked about the Ice Cap Mountains on the Fool. I was getting that stuck feeling. The Fool is a very good card, and personally, I like the Fool. It's like the only thing we need to get going, but, I kind of felt stuck, but I feel like you're over-prepared. 8 of Swords is only seeing one way of doing things when there are many ways to do things. So I feel like you just have to open up to the fact that there are multiple ways to do anything that you want to do in life. I feel like you just have to get started. With the 7 of Wands, you have the Queen of Pentacles. You have the Queen of Pentacles twice in this reading. I think it's an amazing time for resourcefulness. I encourage everyone to be resourceful right now, just because there's like weird stuff happening with the money and everything else. And, if you can do something and have it cost no money, that would be excellent. So if you're working on projects, businesses, or, pretty much anything, if you can find a way to do it without money, I would definitely encourage you to do it. So like be resourceful. I also think it's an amazing time to use your resources, like hidden talents, gift, skills, and abilities. If you want to start a side hustle, if you have a side hustle, I would like get that going. Next, you have this fortune teller card. It says psychic gifts, unexpected news, intuition, external forces, future, the unknown, fate, seeking answers. I get this energy of like something repeating. But it's like maybe you've been having a repeating dream, like a dream that you keep having. Some of you, it's like, and what's really weird is I feel like something is going to go exactly as you imagine it. So again, you could be like dreaming of accomplishing something. You could be dreaming of, having some sort of business or being in a relationship with a certain person. And I feel like this is saying like things are going to go exactly how you imagine it. So I feel like that is almost like to remove the fear. And I feel like you should have no fear. I feel like you don't need to have fear about whatever you're thinking. See, I kind of feel like some of you could be expecting the worst. You have the 5 of Cups here. By the way, this row is meant to represent what you need to know right now. And what you need to know is that I feel like there's a very good opportunity right behind you. He just needs to be grateful for what he has. So the solution to the 5 of Cups is that he needs to be grateful for the 2 cups here, because then he gets the bridge and the castle over there. But he's just crying over something that he lost. So if you've had a loss, or if things haven't been working out for you how you would want them to work out for you in some area of your life, this is kind of like saying there's something new that's like much better, and maybe you don't want to hear that right now because I kind of feel that, but there's like something much better, something that's much more resourceful. Something, I'm getting the words that there's like something that's more energetic as well. Like if you have left or if you're having a hard time like letting go of a relationship, and if you're interested in a Cancer, clearly, it's like this person might have more energy for you, or they just have more time. And you too, I feel like you have more energy for them as well. So it's like much better than whatever the past situation is. And, I kind of feel like some of you, it's almost like you're holding on to broken glass. It's like when we hold on to a past relationship, we're basically squeezing broken glass in our hands, right? And we're just bleeding. So I feel like this is saying, once you let that go, then you can free your hands up for something that isn't going to hurt you or isn't going to cut you. And that's what I would encourage you to do here, Scorpio. There's like definitely a victory coming in for you with that Chariot as well. You have the 3 of Pentacles. Again, if this is love, I feel like it's definitely a person who really wants to work on a team with you, a person who sees working together, who sees it in their own mind that they are going to work together with you. So, I definitely like to see that energy here. I also feel like, again, she has these, I'll show you over here. She has these plans in her hand right here. And I keep getting that message that something is going exactly according to plan, which is weird because like life doesn't work like that, right? Like normally, I'm sure Scorpio, it's like normally you set out to do something a certain way and it never works out, right? How you expect it to. You can get it to work, but maybe not according to plan. But it's like something is going exactly as you see it is what I'm getting here. With the 5 of Cups, you have the Emperor. If you're looking for love, I feel you could definitely be attracting like a boss type of person here, or someone who's very like a leader. I also feel like you're ready to take action just in general in your life. With the Chariot, you have the Page of Cups, definitely love here. If it can't, Cancer, Earth, Fire, all that stands out to me. Virgo, you always get Virgo. So it could be any sign, but I definitely feel that there's like an admirer or secret admirer who's coming in for you here. Could be from a distance as well. Chariot, 3 of Wands. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Five of Cups. Yes, definitely time to kind of like let go of that, the past hurts and realize that there's something much better coming in for you here. And, that's really what I feel like this reading is saying. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this Trust card. This right here is one of Threads of Fate new decks, by the way. And this is the Empyrean Oracle by Threads of Fate. Full disclosure, I have a business relationship with Threads of Fate, but they are doing a pre-launch for 3 new decks, and you can find out more information on that at the link down below. It is a Kickstarter, but again, this isn't a sponsored video, but I think you should know that I have a business relationship with Threads of Fate. So there you go. But this card says Trust, and these cards are awesome, by the way. They're like, this camera doesn't even do justice to how cool it looks with the whole movement and everything on these. But I feel like, again, sales pitch over. What I would say is I feel for a lot of you that you need to trust in a new direction with that Three of Wands. You see something as an opportunity. This guy here, he is kind of looking out into the ocean, and he sees those 3 boats. Those boats represent an opportunity. The real story of the Three of Wands is that he kind of is looking out at the desert, and he thinks he's looking at the desert. You can see that the water is golden in color, so it looks like the desert. But when he looks closer, he sees those 3 boats, which kind of represent an opportunity in an area of life where he did not think there was an opportunity. I feel like I say this to you all the time, Scorpio. I feel like you always get this. There is clearly an opportunity for you in like an area of life that you thought was dead, done, over with, or an area of your life that you didn't think was going to be fulfilling anymore. I don't know, it keeps popping into my head. Again, some of you could be breathing new life into an old business idea. I kind of get that feeling here from your reading. And it could be a home-based business. It could be like a YouTube channel as well or something like that. But it's almost like it's like maybe you're seeing a new opportunity. I would say if you have any crazy new ideas as well, then that's going to make you stand out. So, I would definitely take the leap of faith. You have the Queen of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles as well. Again, I feel like you're very attractive at this time also. Like if you want love, I do feel you could be attracting love very quickly into your life. But it's almost like you've been waiting, with that Seven of Pentacles. So I would encourage you to get out, get out in public, go meet new people. I also feel like you are kind of like that Trust card is saying, Seven of Pentacles says, is the juice worth the squeeze? Queen of Wands, she wants to be bold. She wants to be assertive. She really wants to go for something that she wants to create in her life, but she needs to be bold and assertive, and she needs to really go for it. So I feel like for a lot of you, this is encouraging you to kind of take a risk. I feel like it's encouraging you to move towards your joy and your happiness. She has that sunflower in her hand, and the sunflowers, they point towards the sun. The sun represents our joy and happiness, and again, because of Pluto and Aquarius, I think we all need to be really, really focused on not only what our heart says, but what our what our joy is. We need to move towards our bliss, right? But that can be scary because it's again, if your bliss is to play with worms, as I always say, it's how are you going to make money doing that, right? That is the challenge. That is the challenging part of the time that we're living in right now. And again, here's the trick that nobody knows is that if you're passionate about something, if you're truly passionate about talking about worms and everything that has to do with worms, then you will be ridiculously successful. You could start a YouTube channel. You could start a worm farm. You could start a worm business. You could sell worms, right? We've got worms. And what I would say here is that your passion will shine through because you're moving towards your passion. But again, the risk is in needing to do that. You have the Nine of Wands here. Nine of Wands says don't give up. Again, for those of you that want love, I feel like this is saying don't give up on love as well, because you have the Ten of Cups right here. Ten of Cups is, happy home, happy family, but it's also fortune after difficulty as well. So I would say if you've been going through a difficult time, period, in any area of your life, do not give up. It's like you're about to have fortune after difficulty. Really, I'm making this reading too complicated. I think this reading is just saying fortune after difficulty. With the Three of Wands, you have the King of Cups. Definitely could be a Cancer. Again, I don't know. Maybe you have a Cancer all up in your business now. It could be any sign, of course. This is a general reading, but Cancer really stands out to me. Could be a water sign in general. Could be someone from a distance. Definitely a King of Cups type of character. I feel like saying the word character as well. This person could be a real character in life. I feel like a very outgoing feeling as well. So, take it as it resonates. Could be an Aries or someone who has Aries in their chart. With the Seven of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands, you have the Four of Swords, card of recovery. You've been doing a lot of healing. I feel like you've been, I feel like it's been many years of healing, maybe literally, physically healing, maybe mentally healing, whatever the case may be. I don't think it's like you're just at this healed position or point is what's popping into my head. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Ace of Cups. I knew that was about love for some reason. It's like, I wouldn't even really call this a love reading. I think it's here, but again, is it the major focus? I would say no. I think the major focus in this reading is you kind of revitalizing something, which I always get for you, but it's popping. It's like almost like coming back. Remember, like months ago, I used to say this to you all the time. It's almost like you're breathing new life into something that died. Not literally, but figuratively, like a passion business or a home-based business or something you were working on. And I really get that feeling. But again, I do feel that some of you, that Nine of Wands is talking about love. You could be opening up to love or opening up to a new love here. Finally, we are going to look at, messages from your future self. You have this underworld card. You've been through the underworld. In the hero's journey, the hero always goes into the underworld and comes out the other side with like some sort of special like weapon or, something special that they earned in the underworld to like defeat the big monster, right? And I kind of feel that for you. You've been going through the underworld, and we can see this right here because you have the Queen of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Ten of Cups. The Hermit has been through a dark night of the soul. He's been through a lot of difficulties and challenges. He's been searching for his inner light or his like special weapon in the underworld, and now he's coming out the other side with that special weapon or whatever it is from the underworld. So I feel like there's a lot of success coming in for you because of what you've learned, but you have to use it. Remember what I said? I don't remember where I said it. Maybe it was the Seven of Wands. I can't remember, but I said something about like a hidden talent, gift, skill, and ability that you might have. Again, you might have earned something by going through some difficulties and challenges, and I feel like now it's time for you to kind of like shine your inner light. You have the Ten of Cups here. Fortune after difficulty for sure. Again, if you're looking for love, I feel like you could be attracting a person like that you really like build and leave a legacy with. Someone you really kind of, I wouldn't say have it all with, but I do kind of feel that. It's like you have it all with this person. And so I feel like there could be a very solid relationship. You have the Queen of Pentacles as well. I feel like your future self is encouraging you to be resourceful. I keep warning everyone to like not spend all their money right now, to be, I wouldn't be paranoid. I wouldn't be worried about this. That's not going to help, right? But I would just be aware, and I would just have a little bit of money on the side. That's all I'm saying, right? But the Queen of Pentacles, here's the thing. She's not worried. She is focusing on what she has. She is focusing on that pentacle. She's not focused on this rabbit. The rabbit represents fears, anxiety, illusions, fantasy, like, kind of like mostly just fears, actually. And I don't know where I was going with that. And she's focused on what she has, not on what she doesn't have. So I feel like your focus is going to be very important. With the Queen of Pentacles, are you kidding? You have the King of Pentacles. You have the Queen and King of Pentacles here as well, but you also have them here. So there could be like a permanent connection or a very solid connection coming in for you with the King of Pentacles. With the Hermit, you have the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is passion. Personally, I love the Ace of Wands, my favorite card in the deck, because sometimes I feel it's like just that one thing we need to be motivated. It's just like that one thing we need to, that kind of really inspires us to action. And I see that with the Queen of Wands. Again, the sunflower pointing towards the sun. It's like if you can work on something that you desire to do, you're going to have a very good week. I also feel there could be a passionate connection coming in for you. With the Ten of Cups, you have the Hierophant. Could be an earth sign coming in for you, or someone who has a lot of earth in their chart. But I feel like it's a very strong connection that will be coming in for you, and it could lead to marriage. Hierophant obviously is marriage, so you could be meeting a person that you will marry in the near future, or you could just be committing to your happily ever after. That's the other possibility as well, is that the Ten of Cups can just be like something that brings you a lot of joy and happiness. And, it could be like a project, a business, whatever. It's like you're committing to it. I feel like you're learning about it more as well. We're going to pull 5 main themes. You have this Seahorse card that says family matters on it. So, I feel like it's kind of interesting because I feel like a lot of stuff, it's so weird because I feel like some of you, I say it's weird because it just popped into my head out of nowhere, that some of you, it's like I feel like you are seeing how a lot of decisions that you've made have been a decision that you've made because of your family. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't make decisions because of our family, but I also think we should make decisions because we want to make decisions, right? And, so I feel like you're I don't think you're like cutting family out or anything like that, but I feel like you're starting to say, you know what? My family wants me to do one thing, but I want to do something different with my life, and I'm just going to do it, And like I said, you're not going to cut these people out or anything like that. I think you're just going to be living your own life. You have this April card. I always clarify these monthly cards. It says good luck, so clearly there's like a lot of luck coming in for you or is here for the rest of the month. You have this diamond card. You will be receiving or giving a precious gift. Love it. This is definitely going to be a good, kind of week for you. I think the rest of the month is kind of very positive for you. You have this November card, and you have this pail. It says time to get out of a situation. I think this past November, maybe you left some sort of situation or you walked away from something, and maybe it's still a little bit in your energy is what I feel here, and you could be walking away from it. What's the next card here? It says fan, romance, celebration, party. So again, there could be a new romance. Maybe you walked away from a person in like October, November is what I'm feeling here, and there could be a new person that's coming in for you. You know what's weird? Is I feel like if you did, you're attracting a person who also walked away from a person at like exactly the same time. It probably will be a little weird. Like maybe you start talking to this person and maybe you find out that they also walked away from someone at the same time. I think that'll be a clue for you. You have this haystack card. It says karma. You will reap what you have sown. There are definitely like karmic rewards coming in for you here, Scorpio, and a lot of abundance. So I love this. Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you for being here. Again, link down below for the 3 new decks from Threads of Fate if you're interested. I'm going to be putting out videos on those decks as well in the very near future, so keep an eye out for that. But thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.